Namaste and hello everyone. Welcome back to the Changemakers with Madhuri. This is your host, voice of nutraceuticals. And today's episode is quite special. Let me tell you why. And personally, I've been waiting for this shoot to happen. The reason is, most of us know about vitamins. Many of us have heard and know about minerals. We know about proteins as well. But how many of us know about peptides? No, right? Not many. So, out of curiosity, when I tried to deep dive into the peptide world, I found out peptides are one of the most intelligent ingredients our body produces. They're the messenger that tells body what to do, what not to do. They send signals to the body for various functions. Without wasting time, let's directly hear from the innovator of smart peptides, Ireland-based company Nuritas. We have Mr. Varun, business director from APAC region. Right? Welcome, Varun. How are you feeling today?
Hi, Madhuri. Thank you. I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good too. I think Bangalore, it's raining here after you came.
That's great.
You know the meaning of Varun, right?
Of course, it's my name. That would be the least that I should know.
Let's start with the simple. Just explain me about the peptides like you're explaining to the 6-year-old kid. And you tell me about how the idea of peptide came into mind and how did Nuritas brought this innovation to the market?
Absolutely. You touched upon it briefly in the introduction, and that actually sums up peptides very well, that they are tiny little messengers that are found in the food that we consume. And it's almost everything that we consume. From an Indian consumer standpoint, be it dal, be it peanuts, be it any other food that you're consuming, peptides are hidden in everyday food items. They're tiny little molecules that signals specific actions in your body. And these actions vary from muscle growth. So go touch upon a specific pathway or receptor, or say just a specific point in your body within your cells. And it will then tell the cell that, hey, grow some muscles, or reduce stress, or help with sleep. So multiple different mechanisms, multiple different actions in your body, and these little molecules, they go in and they signal your body what to do. So those are peptides. If I get a little bit scientific, we all understand proteins. So let's look at protein as a big Lego city. And then the Lego city is made up of tiny little Lego pieces. Look at peptides as those Lego pieces. Now, these Lego pieces, the tiny little Lego pieces, they have a specific purpose which build up the whole Lego city. So the big Lego city is protein. The tiny bits are peptides. And they're smaller than protein, typically between 2 to 50 short chains of amino acid. And because they're smaller, they are absorbed much more quickly and faster in your body. So the bioavailability is better. And hence, there's a lot that you can do and derive out of these peptides. And that's how peptides came into Nuritas's, in the existence of Nuritas. That's how peptides and the conversation started when the company was formed, and when our founder, Dr. Nora, when she started working on this, that's how the whole journey of Nuritas came along.
So I would say protein was the first revolution and peptides are going to be second revolution after that.
It's happening. We're living through it right now.
So I think it's already happening. A lot of brands have already launched it, your peptides in USA, right?
Absolutely.
And you are like Can you tell a little bit about Nuritas and Dr. Nora?
So Nuritas was founded almost a decade ago. It spun out of a university incubator. Very interestingly, AI was something that Nuritas was already working on before it became a buzzword.
Okay.
Before AI became cool and trendy, as we are living through it now, Nuritas and Nuritas's founder, Dr. Nora, they were already working on a platform called Magnifier. And today, all the ingredients that Nuritas produces, all the ingredients that they discover, is discovered through this Magnifier platform.
Wow.
So it's a biotech company, it's an AI company, it's an ingredient company, it's a company that I've not come across any other company that is combining all of these to bring new innovative ingredients which are completely different and are making a revolution in this vitamin minerals supplements or protein space.
Right. So if Nora is listening, Dr. Nora is listening to this, let me tell you that you don't have fans only in the USA or Ireland. You have big fans here as well. What I like personally about Nuritas is obviously it's founded by a woman entrepreneur who has been recognized by Forbes, who is a TEDx speaker too. You know, bringing AI to the biotechnology was something breakthrough. You tried and you achieved it. I think we want to applaud, give a
Absolutely.
big applaud for that. Congratulations. So, as Varun, I think you rightly mentioned that AI, even when it was not a buzz, Nuritas had already started working on it. So there are, I think, millions of plant peptides present in the nature.
Yeah.
I would say Nuritas has taken that responsibility of curating or segregating or to structureize the data, which is a very difficult task.
Yeah.
Working on the data from Google or other shit, it's different. But working on the data which comes from nature. See, I heard Dr. Nora in one of the interview where she was mentioning how difficult it is to work on the data from biotechnology side, because most of the time we don't have access to the data, scientific data. Every company are holding their data there. It's confidential. You're not aware of,
Yep.
the proofs, the studies and all the peptides available. In this scenario, Dr. Nora and the team has done commendable job. You try to structure down all the data, and then your magnifier has identified the right peptide that can be used for multiple purposes, like to improve protein efficiency, to improve sleep, ingredient efficiencies, and many more. Thank you so much for explaining in simple lines that peptides are the short chain of amino acid and they're a messenger. They tell body what to do, when to cry, when to smile, when to produce protein, where to produce proteins at skin or the multiple, places, various places. Since we are talking about AI, tell us why it was so important for Nuritas to bring artificial intelligence or this technology to, bring that right ingredients to the consumer space. How it solves the problem of, current problem of formulations or the efficacy or the performance.
Yeah. Interesting question, because most of the people see ingredients that the company is launching, that the brands are putting in. But what's really happening behind the scenes is that traditionally discovering an ingredient used to take very, very long, multiple years. And it used to be very, very expensive. Like hundreds of millions of dollars were being spent and are continued to be spent by different companies who are trying to discover new ingredients. Then the other problem that would happen was you'd spend a lot of time, then you would take the ingredient into lab tests, into clinicals, and then there was very slim percentage of success even after doing all of that.
Right.
This is exactly what Magnifier solves. It has allowed us, because it's big data, computing power, that's breaking down and doing millions and billions of calculation at once. And that's helping us in reducing the time of discovering a particular peptide sequence or a network of peptide sequences that would have a specific health benefit. And along with that, it's also allowing us to take those recommendations given by Magnifier into lab tests and then into clinicals with a much higher rate of success.
Right.
Today, we have seen that within months now, with the help of Magnifier, we can identify a peptide sequence and we can then take it into lab. We do in vitro, we do in vivo, and we're ready to launch the product. So, with this, the technology has allowed us to save a lot of time. That means bring innovative ingredients to market a lot faster. And it has allowed us to cut down the cost of discovering these ingredients. So this is the base of the problem that Magnifier solves.
Right. So Nuritas is trying to tell us that innovation is not enough. You have to be your ingredients needs to be smarter now
Yeah.
to match the pace, to match the trends, and to match the requirements of your consumer. Anora and team has done amazing job. So Magnifier is being used in all the discovery. I think it is reducing your discovery and R&D time, right?
Absolutely.
And obviously the money
Absolutely.
too.
Yeah.
Time and money both.
Yep. And I
For
think
you.
important to call out that whatever Nuritas is doing, we're only focusing on peptides that already exist in nature.
Right.
So these are all natural and mostly plant-based
Wow.
peptides. So this allows us and the brands and the companies to target not just a particular segment of audience and consumer base, but it really opens up all the opportunities, especially for a market like India where consumer knowledge has increased tremendously.
Right.
The consumers have become very smart.
Yeah.
They're digital native customers. They are reading the labels. They're not just reading the labels. They're going back and reading more about the products, about the brands, what's going in. So this really helps us in unlocking, especially not us, but the brands that we work with,
Right.
the customers that we work with. It's really helping them in unlocking a big segment of potential customers.
Right. So stay tuned, guys. We are going to discuss how peptides can smartly increase the efficiency of your protein and other supplements. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Tell us, Varun, that how many ingredients so far Nuritas has launched from peptides? I mean, as a smart peptides, and which areas you have covered so far? And let's deep dive into each category.
Yep.
Let's start with Pepti Strong.
Just a step back before we talk about Pepti Strong. With the help of Magnifier, Nuritas has discovered more than 8 million peptide sequences,
Wow.
which is probably the largest library of natural plant-based peptide sequences ever discovered by any company, any university.
8 million
8 million peptide
peptides.
sequences. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a big
And-
breakthrough.
Yep. But coming back to your question, Pepti Strong. So Pepti Strong is peptides that are found in fava beans.
Okay.
So it's not just one peptide; it's network of multiple peptide sequences that are found in fava beans. What Pepti Strong does, and what I really like the most about this ingredient, is that it's really changing the conversation. Like I mentioned bioavailability earlier. I want to touch upon a different aspect now, related to bioavailability, but a step ahead, which is bioutilization.
Wow.
So, what Pepti Strong is doing, which is different than most of the other ingredients currently available in the market, is that it's changing the conversation from how much protein you're taking to how well your body is utilizing the protein that you're taking.
Okay.
And this is what Pepti Strong does. It improves your body's ability to utilize the protein that you're intaking. Um, in simpler words, it is helping your muscles to grow faster, gain more strength, recover faster, and provides more energy
Yeah.
to your muscles. And again, the mechanism is through these little peptides, which are cell signaling molecules. They're going in, targeting a specific receptor. It's called mTOR, targeting that receptor, and then instructing your muscle cells, hey, um, synthesize more protein. Um, it allows your muscles to recover faster. So, say if you've gone to the gym, or say you go for a run every day, um, if you're taking Pepti Strong, the next day your muscles would recover faster. You would feel much better going back into your exercise regime. And now you can translate this to anything else that you do on a daily basis. No matter no matter your age, no matter um, either you have a desk job, you have a job it requires you to travel a lot, you're a trained athlete, um, you're a homemaker. Um, this is applicable to everyone. You're using your muscles. With whatever you do, you're using your muscles. And even if you're not using your muscles, that's also not good. That's also leads to degradation of your muscles.
True.
So this particular ingredient, Pepti Strong, this helps everyone
Right.
in recovering faster, gaining more strength, gives more energy and power to your muscles. And it helps you in utilizing the protein that you're intaking much better than the protein would get absorbed otherwise.
Right. So what I like most about Pepti Strong is, uh, as an ingredient or as a formulation, as a product, you're not adding something as a direct supplement. Rather, you're telling your body to synthesize it. Your Pepti Strong is kind of a catalyst, is encouraging your body to synthesize, proteins to help in muscle recovery and all. So it's kind of a natural way to address the problems.
Yeah.
So that's something I liked about
Yeah.
Pepti Strong. So tell us which market gap Pepti Strong is right now filling. Where does it fit rightly?
So obviously, sports nutrition.
Sports
That's one area. The other area which is increasingly getting popular is women's health. As
Okay.
women go through different phases of life, their body goes through a lot of changes. The third area is healthy aging. Again, as you grow, once you cross a certain age, I think starting from 30, you start losing muscle mass.
Muscle mass.
And then by the time you're 45, it starts speeding up even more. That's another area. And then the one that's going to be the next big thing is Ozempic. So people on GLP-1.
I thought you will first target on whey, but you directly coming on Ozempic. Okay, fine.
Because what's
Let's start.
happening is in the western part of the world, there are a lot of people who have been on GLP-1 therapies, right? In India also is a big segment that's already on this,
Right.
and now with the approvals of generic, this is only going to get more and more common. Where you
They're
would be
making it
hearing-
cheaper for everyone to
Exactly.
consume, so that everyone goes to clinic and get the injection.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, there's competition for these peptides now in India.
yeah.
That's,
Yep.
I don't know. And there are consequences.
yeah.
There are side effects too.
And one of the biggest side effects is when you're on GLP-1 therapies, you're losing weight, but you're also losing muscle mass, which is not at all healthy for your body, right? Like it has multiple side effects, all the way to decreasing your immunity when you start losing muscle mass. So this is one of the key gaps that Pepti Strong is addressing and has the potential to do that in Indian market as well.
Right.
Where sooner or later, even the doctors will start saying that if you're on GLP-1 therapy, you need to take some sort of supplementation. And that's where Pepti Strong
Right.
fits in.
Right.
That you're losing muscle mass, you need to conserve that.
True.
You need to protect your muscle mass. And Pepti Strong, so we have done 3 clinicals on it so far. So it's clinically backed ingredient, and we have seen its efficacy and its effectiveness in preserving muscle mass loss. So that's the space to watch out. I think that'll be a big one.
Yes.
Apart from all the other 3 that I mentioned on sports nutrition, healthy aging, women's health.
Right. So weight loss. I mean, I was. This was something shocking for me to link peptides with weight loss also.
Yeah.
But yes, it's great to know that peptides can help you. You know, when you're losing weight, you're not just losing your fat, you're losing your muscles as well.
Yep.
And that's where peptide is going to help you and help you recovering from the muscle loss you have gone through, whether it is from your weight loss exercises or whether it is from kind of recovery. People like me who keep falling, who keep breaking, who keep getting into surgeries. I just remembered my post, rehab journey after knee surgery.
Yeah.
I think I didn't have pretty strong at that time, but I remember how it took literally 6 months for me to train my muscle back, to get the strength back without any supplementation. I was not. I mean, in India we hardly recommend few vitamins and all, but it doesn't make any sense, I would say, whenever But Pepti Strong, peptides, when you supplement it with your regular protein or regular diet or regular exercises, I think it makes a lot of sense. And I would say maybe a post-rehab journey can be reduced from 1 year to 6 months or from 6 months to 3 months with the help of such innovation and breakthroughs, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. This is what we also studied in one of the clinicals where we had asked the participants, not really asked, but we put the legs in a cast.
Okay.
So that, once the leg is in the cast, you're not using your muscle. So your muscles are degrading.
Right.
And then we supplemented their diet with Pepti Strong to see how much it helps in muscle recovery, strength recovery. And again, obviously, all these trials are done by third party. And the person who was leading the trial was pretty confident that, because we were comparing it against the casein protein. So he was pretty confident that it's a natural plant-based peptide. It will not have the same impact. But to his surprise, it not only surpassed the recovery and strength recovery compared to the milk protein, it went way above the baseline.
Wow.
In terms of strength gain. So that was something which I think that was the first clinical that we had done after the in vitro studies. And that really gave a lot of motivation to the team and to the brands that we were talking to at that time to really consider using this ingredient and its the scope that it carries.
Okay, that's good to know that you guys have validated it with the live examples.
Yeah.
That kind of gives you a lot of confidence when you're getting to different markets, regulatory, and when you are especially targeting on the consumer base.
Yeah.